Dear reader, like and subscribe this channel for more updates.
Cannot stand my accent, so by the end of this paper, you'll be able to learn how to read the candlesticks, and you'll be able to understand what the individual candlestick contains. Like you say, the not washer, cocoa. This diagram is also when it comes to candlestick pattern, there are three main types. Now you can classify it in many different ways. The first way is based on the number of candlesticks. So the second way that you can classify it is based on the direction where it is going to go after this candlestick appears. Okay? So the first type of candlestick is the single candlestick pattern. Second type, you have double candlestick patterns, triple candlestick patterns. So the thing is, triple candlestick patterns will be stronger as compared to single candlestick patterns. Learn single candlestick pattern first, then followed by double candlestick pattern, then followed by triple candlestick pattern. Okay? Now direction, it can be classified into continuation pattern. This means that when the pattern appears, it's going to continue in the same direction. Second one is reversal. This means that when the candlestick pattern appears, when it comes to candlestick pattern, there are three main types.
Please subscribe this channel. Hello?
Forex versus futures trading, which one is better? By the end of this video, you know exactly which one is the best one for you. So let's talk about Forex first. Now, Forex, there are pros and cons. Futures, there are pros and cons. The good thing about trading Forex is that normally for Forex, brokers are going to give you higher leverage. Now, I always say this in my channel, okay? If a broker offers you 1:4,000, don't go all the way next it up. Because the best traders that I know, they use a leverage of less than 1:50. Of course, once in a while you find a pro trader who's using high leverage, but most of them, studies have shown that they don't over leverage on an average day. And another good thing about Forex is that it has no barriers of entry, meaning almost anybody can start a Forex account. In fact, the capital requirement for a lot of Forex brokers nowadays is so low, like $1. Can you trade with contract sizes? And sometimes, if you look at pound, it has a very weird contract size, and this is how futures trading is. So you know what to expect, and hence you can better manage your risk properly. But then the downside is that you cannot be flexible about it, because for Forex, you can just use any lot size that you want. But nowadays, futures, it's more flexible because institutions, they want to cater to retail traders, so hence there are e-mini contracts nowadays, and also e-micro contracts. And also, the main good thing about futures market is there is volume data available. Now, in Forex, there is a proper place where you can look at the volume. It can really increase the probability of your trade, okay? Even for stocks, if you incorporate volume price analysis, you can further increase the probability of your trade. So if you prefer regulated markets, then futures is definitely something that you should consider, especially if you're an experienced trader. And if you want to join a futures prop trading firm, you can consider this prop trading firm called Apex Trader Funding. There are various plans available. Trade of it with MIG plans. Make sure you go through all the requirements to find one that fits your own risk appetite, because different plans, they have different profit goals and also daily drawdown requirements. Some of them don't even have daily drawdown requirements. And you can trade with them using Ninja Trader. You can trade equity futures, currency futures, agricultural futures, basically commodity futures. So if you want to sign up with Apex Trader, I'll put the link down in the description below.
Powerful intraday strategies. You know that there are many courses available online for to learn Nifty Bank trading or stock trading, but to learn crude oil trading, there is not much course available. Even on YouTube, whatever the videos you see, that is the half knowledge. So that is why I decided to launch one comprehensive course for crude oil traders. That is this crude oil trading step-by-step guidance with 10 powerful intraday strategies. This course is getting launched today, and if you are interested to learn crude oil trading from basics to advanced level, then you can go below this video and you can purchase it from my website. Now coming back to this strategy, I made a small presentation and I'll explain the criteria for this setup, and then we'll go to the crude oil charts and we'll do the calculation. Okay guys, this is the presentation and I'm going to show you everything with the image, so don't worry, this slide is just to brief you what is this setup is all about. First of all, overall trend should be an uptrend for this setup. Entry candle should be 0 wicks candle. It has to happen near 20 MA, 50 MA or near the CPR or even near the swing high, swing low. And buy candle happens after series of red candle or after series of pin bar or doji, that is the high setup. Buy candle should be the first candle of the upward momentum. What I mean by that I'll show you in the image. If price retraces back to green bar candle low and makes pin bar, then you can again add your position. What I mean by that you'll see with the image, and stop loss below the bar green candle. This is just summary. Now I'll show you step by step what is this setup is all about with the help of the image. When I say that overall trend should be strong uptrend, that means you know that you have to plot 20 MA and 20 MA is sloping upside. That means that is the uptrend, right? And you know that candles are making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. That is the indication of strong uptrend, right? That is, everybody knows that, nothing new in that. So that is the first criteria for this scalping setup in crude oil. And the second one is entry candle should be the barred green candle. This is very important. because many people don't understand what I mean by boiled green candle. I've shown you all 6 images here. All are green bullish candle, right? All this days, all must have thought that these are not a bullish candle because there is a wicks on the upside. This is a bullish candle because there is a wicks on the downside. You must have read it in technical analysis books which keep on saying that this is a bullish candle because there is a big wicks on the downside. That means sellers try to push the price down, then buyers came and closed the price higher. So that is what you keep reading when you learn the candlestick. But let me tell you that if you see this kind of candlestick, no doubt it's a bullish candle, but that is not applicable for our setup. If you see a candlestick with a wicks on the downside, then you should not take the entry. If you see a candlestick with the wicks on the both upside and downside, then that is not an entry. You should only look for the candlestick which is a green body, but there is no wicks on the downside. Zero wicks. Zero wicks means there is not even a small wicks. If you see this kind of candlestick, that is a high probability setup. Okay. So if you see wicks on the upside, doesn't matter. If you see wicks on the upside, doesn't matter. Main important thing is that bottom should not have any wicks. That is our setup for this scalping setup in crude oil. If you see a wicks on the downside, then you should avoid that setup. And how about this candlestick? This candlestick doesn't have any wicks on the upside or downside. Then also you should avoid it. Why you should avoid it? Because too huge candle. If candle doesn't have any wicks and the body is medium size, yes, then you can go for it. So that is why around 20 to 30 points, you should see the range in that candle. Okay, boiled candle without wicks on the downside, and it should not be too big, neither it should be too small. Around 20 to 30 points candle is fine. Okay. Next is barred candle should happen after series of red candles. What I mean by that? For example, you can see that price is going up, going up, going up, going up, then suddenly bearish candle, right? And there are almost 3 bearish candles and 1 green candle forms without any wicks on the downside. This is your candidate. Okay. This is your candidate because before the candlestick there are 3 red candles. Right? It can be 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter. But the higher the better. But it should not have a green bullish candle before that. Okay? Or after series of pin bar or doji candle, if you see, then this setup is applicable. That means either this green gold candle can happen after series of pin bar or dojis or big red candle. That's what I showed you in earlier slide, right? And another thing is that if that bar candle happens near some support, like this low support, swing low support, or if it happens like this near the 20 MA support, then it is a high probability. And next criteria I said entry candle only first bar candle of the upside momentum. What I mean by that? For example, look at this chart. You can see that candlestick started making doji pin bars, right? After that I said only this bar candle entry applicable. If there were big bearish candle or pin bar or doji, you can see that there were 3 doji candles and then barred green candle. That is your entry. Now you may ask me that this candle also doesn't have any wicks. This candle also doesn't have any wicks. This candle also doesn't have any wicks. Why I am marking it as a there is no entry? Why? Because what I said, the entry candle should be the first candle after series of doji or red. Okay. So you should take entry only on this candle, not on this candle, not on this candle, not on this candle. Even though those candle doesn't have any wicks, we should avoid it. Okay, the candle which you take entry, that should be the first candle after doji, which is making a boiled candle without wicks on the bottom. Okay, so this is your entry, and this should be your target. So that is what scalping means, right? Next candle only you can take the profit, but if momentum is very strong, then you can take the profit on third candle and try to capture quick 20 to 30 points in this scalping trading method. And I also said if price retraces back to green bar candle low and reverses and it makes a pin bar then add. This is one of my favorite method to add to my position. That means most of the time when you see this kind of green bar candle without any wicks, most of the time it is a very powerful aggressive bullish candle. Okay. And suppose next candle doesn't go immediately and makes a bullish candle. Instead, it starts making a red candle, and when it comes down, and once it comes to the low of this bar candle, most of the time, immediately reversal can happen and it can make a bullish movement like this. Okay, and time frame 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes candlestick, not 5 minutes. Okay, so I add here, and if I see that next candle is not a bullish candle, rather it is going down, and then it converts into a pin bar, I'll add here. Okay, then I'll keep a stop loss below that green candle.